So I've got two bikes here, and the whole point of this video is to talk about and discuss this new motor, the Fazua Ride 60. Now, we can't talk about this motor without taking it in some context of other motors. So I thought what we'd do is we do a little bit of comparison with a Bosch Performance CX. I've got the High-Bike Like 11, which is a carbon framed all-mountain mountain bike. And I've got the Canyon Neuron On, again, 140, 150 mil travel, all-mountain mountain bike. So Fazua have always been proponents of lightweight e-bike systems. The Ride 60 has allowed a little bit more flexibility with frame design. So the look of the bike has improved significantly, as you can see here. Now, with traditional motors like the Canyon, the motor is parallel, it's a lot bigger, as you can see, and it occupies more space in the frame. Fazua quote at 4.3 kilo, or about 10.5 pounds, system weight for their battery and motor together. So here, the Bosch Performance CX, you have a 4.3 kilo or 10 pound battery and a 2.8 kilogram motor. Put the two together, you've got a weight saving on this bike of about 6 pounds. If you combine that lightweight system here with a carbon frame, which we have in another test, what you end up with is a very lightweight feeling, different performing bike. Fazua Ride 60 has 60 Newton meters of torque, 250 watts with a peak power output of 350 watts. Bosch, on the other hand, has a torque of 85 Newton meters and a peak power output of 600 watts at a similar cadence of around 80 RPM. Now, both of these bikes, the battery packs you can't remove, they're in the down tubes. Well, with the Fazua Ride 60, you can ride a very similar distance to the Bosch Performance CX with a 630 watt hour battery. Fazua system does come with an external extender of 180 or 190 watts, so you can extend this battery up to around 600 watts, which gives you a very much longer extended range. Now, the display systems were obviously following a similar line here. Here we've got Fazua's, which is an integrated top tube display with a simple LED display on it with coloured lights. It displays the battery level, which is here divided into fifths. We've got breeze, river and rocket mode, and we also have a super rocket mode where you basically push and hold the button. It gives you about 30 seconds of peak power of about 350 watts. Now, this is controlled all by the remote on the left, which is kind of like a ring, and it's metal in finish and it's quite robust. You can pop up the display, and there is a USB-C port here which allows you, if you want to charge a phone or something else, which is an interesting feature. When we look at the Bosch system, it has a little bit more complication to it. So you have a power on button here, you don't just touch the remote. Again, you have the power display, so how much battery you have left, and here we have 5 segments, but this flashes in between each segment when you lose power, 10%. The remote on the left is a wireless mini remote. Again, a nice simple design, but it has an extra button here because you can run this system with a display. Now, when you change the power mode, the color changes, again similar to the Fazua, from off to low power eco mode, tour, EMTB mode and turbo. Fazua does have an app which is pretty cool, which allows you to control the bike riding profile. So once I'm inside the app, I can click on and move around my support levels. Now, you can also select here the speed of response, and I can slow it down or speed it up, make it more gentle or more immediate. Now, the same thing is possible with the Bosch. So what you can see here as well with the Bosch system, you can have your own custom riding modes programmed by the dealer. So I've got here Turbo, EMTB, Auto and Tour Plus. I haven't got an Eco mode. And if I want to change one, I click on it and I can simply change the assistance level. Here I've got it set to +5. From a customizable point of view with the app, the Bosch system is actually more customizable than the Fazua, although I will say the Fazua is probably easier to adjust. Right, now we're going to go for a ride and we're going to show you how each system works in reality and comment on the power delivery, and we're going to do the same circuit each time. So first of all, to switch on the system, we press and hold the remote. The system comes on and we're ready to ride. You don't have to be careful with your feet on the pedals, you just ride. Now I've put it straight into rocket mode, which is not the most powerful mode. The whole idea is to get a feeling for the first ride. This is our first little hill. The bike feels smooth, and if you listen carefully, the motor is very quiet. Take this gravel road up the top to a trail, and if I put it in the easiest mode, now this one feels like you're in a very simple mountain bike. You're not actually riding an electric bike. It gives some support, but not much. Off you can feel there's no support. Put it on, there we go. There's a bit of support. Switch it to breeze. A reasonable amount of support. Now you feel like you're on an e-mountain bike. This actually feels like it's pushing quite well. And then when you're in rocket mode, you feel like you're probably in about eco or trail mode on the full power motor. If I push and hold it though, I get a super boost, which gives me a blast up the hill. So we fly straight up the hill and you can feel that. Dog. Woo! Dog chasing me. This is meant to use your mountain biking skills to get away from the dog. Oh my gosh. I used rocket mode there. Right down this trail. It's a nice rock. The motor's very quiet. I can't hear it. The weight distribution feels very, very nice, I have to say. Very lightweight. I can turn around easily, pick the bike up. Look at that. And that was just a nice sort of quick descent there. But olive picking season, lots of olives on the trees. Look at this season, look at the olives. So these are ready to go, and they get picked and then they get put in a centrifuge and you get olive oil. Feels good. It's quiet motor, feels very responsive. Let's go grab the heavyweight mountain bike now. Okay, so here we are now with the Bosch. This is the Canyon you're on with the Bosch motor and battery, Performance CX. So we got the display to turn it on. You can press and hold that button quickly and it should switch on. So now we're going to ride off. Right, immediately you can feel a big difference. The power is massively bigger. The bike takes off faster. I'm actually putting less effort in with my legs. This feels like a more relaxed bike. Riding up the hill, I can feel that this is more powerful, and the eco mode is, yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's the mid-power mode on this matches the turbo mode or the rocket mode on the Fazua. You put this in EMTB mode, you start to take off, and turbo mode you really fly. At this point though, if you listen carefully, you can really hear the motor. It's not massively noisier, but it is noisier. There's the dog again. Uh-oh. Is he gonna jump me? No, he's not. He's fast. Ooh. If you're gonna run away from a dog, you need a turbo motor. Definitely. I feel safer escaping from runaway dogs on a full power. Riding along, you can feel the motor. I can switch it. It feels 30% more powerful, 20% more powerful, which makes sense. Fazua Ride 60 against the full power Bosch Performance CX. It's kind of hard to decide, what do I prefer? So the Ride 60, an electric mid to lightweight e-bike motor. It has about the same power in turbo mode compared to the Bosch Performance CX when it's in its mid-power mode. The Bosch mode, even in mid-power, does feel a little bit more jazzy and immediate and a little bit more faster to respond. Obviously, you can't get away from physics. A lighter weight motor does create less power, but it does have a longer range for a given battery size. So the overall benefit is a lighter weight e-bike, and in this case we're talking around 6 or 7 pounds lighter overall compared to the heavyweight Bosch bike behind me. The Fazua Ride 60 is a motor which is all about fitness, getting out in the environment, maybe not steep, long, very high mountain climbs for hours on end. I probably wouldn't select this. I would prefer to take a heavier weight bike with a heavier weight battery and motor, because I know that I'm going to get less burned out on that climb with a heavyweight motor compared to, say, the lighter weight system. But there are people out there who would prefer the lighter weight system and really like to get into that fitness grind, but want to go a bit further than they would compared to, say, if they're on a non-electric mountain bike. But I have to say, compared to any full power system, the lighter weight systems are quieter. I do recommend, if you get a chance, to try one of these lightweight e-bikes with one of these lightweight motors. The Fazua Ride 60, in my opinion, is one of the better ones out there. There's a few on the market at the moment. I would prefer to have this system with a little bit more lightweight power than less. So this is probably my preference at the moment compared to all the ones I've tried. The Bosch full power motor is a fantastic motor, works amazingly well, and honestly, if you're into just sort of having fun with your friends, group rides, always being in turbo mode, powering along, not really worrying about fitness as much, then the full power electric motor system is probably for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.